Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at noon.
An incredibly scary morning for one Fargo couple when a strange man broke into their home and threatened to kill them. It happened this morning around 6:15 in the 4000 block of Pine Parkway South. The homeowners woke up when they heard glass breaking and they saw this guy, 26-year-old Brock Toei, standing in their home. Police say that Toei followed the homeowners around and threatened to kill them until one of them detained him until police arrived. Authorities later learned that Toei tried to break into the Happy Harry's off 52nd Avenue South, but was unsuccessful. He's now facing burglary and terrorizing charges. One man is facing multiple charges after slamming a police officer's head into the ground and then trying to get his gun. The call came in just before 3:40 this morning near the Fargo Dome. Officers pulled over a driver, but they say the person took off running. Police eventually caught up with the guy, and that's when the suspect and the officer got in a fight. Officers say 27-year-old Jacob Sorleen from Grand Forks slammed the officer's head into the ground and tried to get the officer's gun. Authorities say after a while, the officer tased the suspect. Both the police officer and the suspect were taken to the hospital, but they are expected to be okay. The owners of the Tasty Freeze in Moorhead are reviewing the damage today after someone broke into the shop and trashed the place. An employee tells us it happened sometime between 10 last night and 1 this morning. A side window was busted and the front glass is cracked. The toilet is also broken and stuff was thrown all around inside. At this time, no one has been arrested in connection to that break-in. Taking that live look outside, it sure looks different than it did this morning. We've traded in that gray and rain for sunshine, blue skies. To see how long that's going to stick around today, let's head on over to First Alert Storm Team meteorologist Lisa Green.
Looking much brighter out there this afternoon in Fargo Moorhead and much of the valley here. And we do have some rain. We did have some rain that came down last night and this morning, and reports that came in over the last 24 hours. We know that the hardest hit was the northern valley and some of our viewers in the east with those storms that rolled through last night. And we got up to 2 to 3, even more than 3 inches in some of these areas. Karlstad, the highest report in Minnesota, at 3¼ inches of rain. Cavalier had a little over 3. Langdon 2.24, and Bagley about 2½ inches of rain there. Fargo, I had one report from the metro area of about 1/10 of an inch, and that's it from this morning's rain that moved through. So we're looking at some quieter weather here today. Thankfully not seeing what they saw up north, and we can tell that we had a lot of rain there. This is in the Munich area. The park there flooding from yesterday's, again, rain showers. Here's a look at the radar right now. You can see we've cleared out in eastern North Dakota, still have some showers in the east to get rid of. Temperatures on the rise. We're in the 60s to some low 70s right now. So we're going to talk about how warm we'll get and how long this new dry stretch will last now that we've gotten into it this afternoon. We'll let you know all about that coming up in just a few minutes.
Sounds good. Thank you, Lisa. All this recent rain makes for prime mosquito breeding, and Cass County Vector Control is looking to control that. Ground spraying is scheduled in Fargo, West Fargo, and Moorhead tonight at 8 o'clock, weather permitting. A young child is dead after being run over by a car, and a Fargo woman is in critical condition, all in connection to that incident. Authorities say the young child was run over and dragged by a pickup in Watford City for about 15 feet before the driver realized what happened. When deputies were responding to that crash, one deputy ran a red light with his sirens and lights on and crashed into a Fargo woman. The Fargo woman had to be flown to the hospital. No other information about either incident is being released at this time. The Minnesota Department of Health is reporting 403 new cases of COVID-19, bringing the active cases up to 3,911. 6 new deaths are also reported in the state, taking the death toll to 1,510. 107 Minnesotans are in the ICU. 37,749 people are recovered from the virus. North Dakota has confirmed 55 more cases of COVID-19 within the state, bringing the total number of active cases to 720. Another death has also been attributed to the illness, the victim being a woman in her 80s from Cass County with underlying health conditions. In total, 88 deaths have been linked to COVID-19 in the state. 3,685 people are listed as recovered. This afternoon, Governor Doug Burgum will address the state with new guidance on public schools opening back up in the fall. Area school districts say they haven't made any decisions on fall classes until what they hear the governor has to say. Now, you can watch that press conference at 3:30 on your VNL News app. New research shows that nearly a third of young adults are at risk for severe COVID-19, and smoking plays a large part in that risk. Researchers looked at data from roughly 8,400 adults between the ages of 18 and 25 rather. They found that 32% had at least one of the risk factors, and half of that group were smokers. But when that specific risk factor was removed from that analysis, the percentage of medically vulnerable youth dropped to 16%. California, the home state of nearly 1 out of 8 Americans, is making an abrupt U-turn to try and roll back a surge in coronavirus infections. More states are likely to follow. California Governor Gavin Newsom has ordered some businesses to close statewide just a few weeks after letting them reopen. Jonathan Vigliotti reports on the return of restrictions.
COVID-19 is not going away anytime soon.
Just over 1 month after reopening several sectors of California's economy, Governor Gavin Newsom is reversing course. Yesterday, he announced gyms, churches, and hair salons would be among those forced to close in 29 California counties, while bars, indoor restaurants, and movie theaters will close across the entire state. Donna Bruner owns a hair salon in Danville. She says she is heartbroken for her employees and may consider defying the governor's order for them.
I, as a business owner, cannot tell someone, you can't work to put food on the table. You can't work to take care of your kids.
As health officials continue to sound the alarm over the rising number of cases, the state's 2 largest school districts announced students will not return to classrooms this fall. In a statement, the Los Angeles and San Diego school districts wrote, the skyrocketing infection rates of the past few weeks make it clear the pandemic is not under control.
The health and safety of all in the school community is not something we can compromise.
Other states are also grappling with how to get children back in the classroom safely. Some school board leaders in Arizona are calling on the governor to close classrooms and school buildings until October 1st.
I cannot, in good conscience, put our youth at risk by restarting in-person instruction.
And in New York, Governor Andrew Cuomo vowed schools would only reopen if positive tests in their region remain below 5% over a 14-day average.
We're not going to use our children as guinea pigs.
Data does show that teachers could be the ones highly at risk. According to the Kaiser Family Foundation, about 1 in 4 teachers in the U.S. has a condition that would put them at a greater risk of serious illness from coronavirus. In our consumer alert this afternoon, Amazon Grocery is leaning into technology for a contactless and cashless shopping experience. It's rolling out a new smart cart, calling it Amazon Dash Cart. You use your phone to connect your Amazon account to the cart, scan the grocery item on the cart, drop it in the bag, and then walk out the store. The charge will be applied to the credit card on your Amazon account. Coming up here at noon, why more people are pushing for bail reform in the wake of Black Lives Matter protests around the nation. But next, Lisa Green is in with everything you need to know for this now sunny Tuesday forecast.